All right, here's the next one. This is one of my favorite proverbs to use. In fact, I have that on my journal that I actually just am starting. It's a new journal that I've pulled out. And this one is flower, bird, wind, and moon. And it's a Japanese proverb, and what it means is an appreciation for nature. So this one has a little unusual way that I clasped this. I made a little loop down here, so when you take this upcycled sari ribbon, again, that's what I use for everything, you can put it through there and then just come over here and drape it over and around. And so it just depends on what you want to do. Look how cute that is. You know, you're the one that's going to be using these journals, and that's how I see it being used, and so that's how I put it together. So a deluxe journal starts out with a happy page, and the happy page is the half-size page because it makes me happy. I love the difference in size, and I love the fact that it's interactive, and there's a little, I don't know, I just love it all. So these are eucalyptus leaves, and rose petals, a daisy, and eucalyptus again, daisy, and these are rose leaves. And so that's the majority, I believe, in this book. That's a hydrangea flower. Oh, well, no, as soon as I said that, I see something different. These are palms. So palms I got from Living with the Land at Epcot, and those are really fun that you'll see in there. I'm not sure you can see this on the screen, but that looks like an eye right there. So there's a person sticking out behind that. There's eucalyptus. This yellow right here is actually a different kind of eucalyptus. It's one of my favorite kind to get, and I don't get it very often, but it makes these really interesting combination with the red rose petals. So whenever I get that kind of a eucalyptus, I make sure I have some red rose petals to go with it. And it's almost like a little scene in itself right in that rose petal, and that's because of that overlapping. This is another palm down here, Astrameria, rose leaf. And so Astromerias and eucalyptus all the way up here. This is, maybe that's what statice is. I said earlier in another book that it was statice. They're fillers, so they're bouquet fillers, and I can't, for the life of me, I can never keep them straight. There's so many different things besides baby breath that people put in bouquets, and that's one of them. Here is, again, a palm overlapping the eucalyptus. There's a daisy in there. That daisy looks green. It was probably either a yellow daisy or a, what color would that be? Maybe even a purple daisy. A lot of those turn green. And then Astrameria. Some more of the same. Look how pretty that is. Oh, I love it. These palms look like they are just trickling down like in a waterfall. There's another one of those, the fillers, the bouquet fillers, the status. Really need to brush up on what that is. Oh, these burst of rose leaves. Obviously you can tell that those are one of my favorites to use. Eucalyptus are my absolute favorite leaves to use. Astromerias right there. Geraniums are in here. This is just a great assortment of so many different flowers, and this is a deluxe, so that means that this book is twice as big as the other ones that I do, which gives you twice as much room. Look at that beautiful daisy right there. Oh, there's a horse head with a crown. Gives you twice as much room to dream over these pages, reflect over the designs, write and draw, and have discussions with the little creatures that you see in the pages. Look at that, an eye, and then the mouth or nose. What would that be? Could that be a cat in there? Could it be a little, she's almost like a fox. That's what I see as a fox. So very lovely. Lovely like a fox. So these rose petals, they are just really coming out because of that type of eucalyptus also. And the daisy, Another daisy. I want to say that that was a purple daisy. It turned that green. Because actually yellow daisies usually turn very yellow. There's another face down here. That's in a rose petal. A hydrangea leaf with a rose petal on top. And some these are actually not daisy petals. Those are actually small sunflower petals. There's some geraniums in here. Beautiful. Oops, skipped a page there. Eucalyptus. Again, and this is a landscape orientation, so it's a horizontal orientation. When I first started doing journals, I always stitched in the vertical or the portrait way, and about probably a couple years before I started Disney, I started going to the landscape direction because I personally write more in this direction, and I really like the way that the stains come out. So I write in both, but I should say when I draw, I like to draw more on this horizontal, on the horizontal page. So, but you know, then I'm still turning my book around sometimes and doing it tall. You know, who knows? I do whatever. More palms right here, eucalyptus, a beautiful daisy that looks like the sun. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. You can just write so many lovely ideas and reflections and all kinds of things on here. That looks like a horse head that's turning around. Beautiful. I know I say that all the time because I'm just in awe of the pages. And look, I see a face right there in the middle. A big kind of round nose. A pixie. She looks like a pixie face. Beautiful. Here's that palm again, the rose leaves. The deluxe journals I really love because they continue the vibe for much longer. So when I write in my smaller journals, which I do a lot, and it takes me a while still. I mean, there's still many pages in it, so it does take me a while to write in them. But I feel like I love my deluxe ones because of the continuity of my ideas and the flow and the vibe. And I think I said this earlier, is that each book has its own environment for me to write in, its own energy that it's sending out to me, and I connect with it. Look at this face over there, profile of the face. And so I do love when the energy kind of continues because it's a deluxe book. So I've really gotten into a habit of writing in those more. And look at that. That looks like a little dog house back here to me. Isn't that funny? Put a little dog in there. So there's so many things that I end up writing differently than I had expected because I'm influenced or inspired by what I see on the page. Okay, so I'm going to stick that back in there and twirl that down through there and then spin it around this part and let it relax like that. Oh, so pretty, so pretty.